And we'll start with Donald Trump and the European failure. I just got back from 12 days in Europe, and I can tell you most most decision makers, politicians, and even your average sheep farmer in the mountains of Ireland understand how damn wacky Donald Trump is in his European policy. The head of NATO has said that Donald Trump needs to act like a president and an ally instead of pretending to be one. But the real problem is going to be, of course, in the Ukraine war, as was outlined in CNN and in The Independent and everywhere else. The widely leaked draft of President Donald Trump's 28-point plan is a terrifying leap backwards for Kyiv. They have to give up property. They have to give up pretty much where they are now. And it was conceived by Russians who haven't changed it. This isn't even a negotiation policy. They haven't changed the negotiation strategy since they started the war. And I guess I'll start out with Mark on this one because John, I got you lead off on a couple others. So, Mark, I'll give you the first shot at this. It resembles everything. Is there anything about the plan that Donald Trump is putting forward to solve the war in Ukraine that is mutually beneficial to Ukraine and the Soviet, no, Russia, the former KGB operative?
I mean, other than the big one, that obviously it's mutually beneficial for both of them for the war to end.
Yeah.
Obviously, but nonetheless, Ukraine has made it very clear from the beginning that it's not going to cede territory, especially because it's fearful, no doubt, a justified fear that even that would be temporary, that Russia would strike again at some later point in time in the near future to try and recapture more territory. And this is very emblematic of the Donald Trump situation that I think his supporters just never pay attention to because they're always living in the moment to see what rhetoric he's saying. He promised this war would have ended or will end the first day of his administration. We are now at almost 1 year, closing in on 11 months in a week or so. And the war is no closer to ending than it was the day he started. I'm not sure, maybe less casualties, perhaps. You guys may know that better than I. At least, I'm only going off for what I know. In our news, it gets reported, of which our news gets tired of reporting on. We've got our own tragedies. There was a shooting at Brown University, leaving some students dead, and across the globe, an anti-Semitic apparently shooting in Australia at a beach that targeted the Jewish community. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that's horrific, so that we don't probably hear the day in, day out of how horrible it is in Ukraine. And they're going through a whole bunch of scandals within Zelensky's administration of fraud and enrichment, none of which seems to have tainted Zelensky himself, thankfully, but close people around him. And at the same time, it just looks like Trump, as always, is looking to capitulate to Putin and Russia. And Europe is taking on as much as it can, probably not enough. But the reality is it's the United States that has the weaponry and the resources, no matter our whatever $1 trillion of debt that we're in, to help them fight back in this, what is basically a proxy war.